Hey everybody, welcome to the Wildrose Way Podcast. I'm your host, Tom Smith, here in fabulous Oxford, Mississippi. We have a special guest today. We have the General Manager here, Blake Henderson. He has been with us for 18 years.
January will be 19.
January will be 19, so closer to 19 than 18 now.
Yes, sir.
So we're just going to sit here. We're going to talk about some dogs, some hunting, what's going on in your life, what do you see going on with Wildrose in the future. So how did you end up getting into dogs?
Well, I grew up hunting. My granddad had some bird dogs that we played with younger days. I really just needed a job in school, to be honest with you. I had a connection who knew Miss Kathy. I called out and started the next day, I believe.
Oh, awesome. Well, Kathy was your first grade teacher too, right?
I did not have her. I was next door to her.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
But she was right there in the same school?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
that goes back a long way. So tell us a little bit about where'd you grow up?
I grew up right here in Oxford. I grew up south of town, kind of in between Oxford and Water Valley. Mm-hmm. Most of my friends were in this area, though, all the way from this side of the county to the other. That's one thing I get accused of by all the guys here, is I know everybody. So anytime somebody needs something, they come to me and ask me who to use.
It usually works pretty well, though.
For the most part.
You usually do know someone.
For the most
call
part.
the guy. Call Robert for this. Call Tony for this. So growing up here in Oxford, tell us about the changes you've seen.
Tremendous. The town was way smaller. I remember Kudzu Hills off of North Lamar. They're not there anymore. The people, the amount of people, the lack of road is the main issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, this town has grown tremendously. From being a kid, riding in the back of a pickup truck to the co-op right there where Walgreens is now.
There on University?
Yeah.
There was a co-op there.
Yeah, that's where we used to go get our feed.
Huh.
Granddad would let us ride on the back of the flatbed to town. You couldn't get away with that these days.
No, not at all. Well, when we went out to Ike's the other day, we were talking about all you see is new construction.
Everywhere.
Whatever road you're on, there's new construction everywhere in Oxford.
Everywhere.
And like you said, the traffic has gotten crazy. And you can imagine what it's going to be like next weekend when Florida comes to town.
Yes, I'm going to try to stay away as much as possible.
Yeah, I have to go to the Square Friday night because General Kennels is going to be at the Beckby store and doing a promotion there with them, and they want us to bring some dogs up. So
nice.
As much as I don't want to go to the Square, I'm going to go help support our friends at Gunner and Tom Beckby.
That's cool.
And see what's going on down there. So growing up, did you start off hunting quite a bit at a young age?
Mostly what we were doing was deer hunting, squirrel hunting. Back then you could find some wild quail, few and far between. I really didn't get into waterfowl hunting. Man, it was probably 7th, 8th grade maybe.
Okay.
And that's where I met Robert. And I would beg him as a kid to take me. And he took me a few times, and I was pretty much their pack mule.
Exactly. That's what the young kids for. You want to go? Okay, carry this bag of decoys.
That's right. And he was always tempted to get me to do the illegal stuff because they couldn't convict a kid.
Not Robert.
No.
Robert would never do that.
No.
So, did you hunt fairly close around Oxford? Or
Yeah, for the most part. He had a camp in Crowder, and we got Bobo Creek runs through there. Mm-hmm. When it got out, we would hunt it some, but yeah, there's a lot of public land with the Enid and Sardis here that we grew up waterfowl hunting, mostly public land here.
How was the hunting compared to like farther west in the Delta? Was it?
It was still good here. I mean, you're looking at a ton of wood ducks. You would get waves of mallards and bigger ducks come through, but it wasn't as consistent as it was in the Delta.
I gotcha. So, did you have a waterfowl dog before you started at Wildrose?
You could call it that. I had what we consider a meat dog.
Yeah.
My main thing was she was steady and she didn't whine.
Yeah.
And that's really all I wanted. If she went and got it, I didn't have any hand signals. We threw a lot of shotgun shells, rocks, stuff like that. But she did the job, but she was quiet and she was still, and she did not ruin the hunt for me.
Yeah. A whining dog, breaking dog, that's no fun on any hunt.
That's it. A terror in the blind.
Mm-hmm. Unlike Ronnie.
Yeah.
Who likes to snooze in the blind.
You can wake him up long enough to hunt.
So you started, how old were you when you started here? Well, you've been 18?
I would have been 20, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's, you're still going to college then, right?
I was part-time then. Went back full-time, and Mike told me that I didn't need college, that I needed to be working more. He used to always tell me every day, your dad should be paying me for what I'm teaching you. Every day.
Well, he told Steven he didn't need college either.
That's right.
Kathy gets so mad. Mike, don't be telling them kids that. Yeah, coming from a guy with 2 degrees,
that's right.
Wife has 3.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
So, but yeah, I know I met you back in 2008 when I got Dixie. That was the first time we met, and didn't really get to know you as good till the spring of 2009 when she was here in training.
That's right.
That's when we started becoming friends. That was a long time ago.
It was, thinking about it.
Yeah. I was like, dang. I mean, back then, the stud kennel was still the old barn.
That's right.
We didn't have the roamer room. We didn't have the super learner.
Where we're sitting.
This wasn't here either, was
That's
it?
right.
Yeah, that was after 2008. So
a lot of changes here too.
Yeah, a lot of changes. For the grounds, for the buildings, but the one thing that's never changed is the philosophy and the methods.
Not at all.
You might tweak it a little bit here and there, learn some new things, but our overall philosophy of how we train, what the standards are, is pretty much tried and true. So why change it?
Well, he imprinted it so hard in everybody that it's hard to let go of it.
Just a little. That's why I say, if you grow up working for Mike, you're gonna know.
You're gonna have some quirks.
Yeah, for sure. So you started here part time. Remember when you went full time?
I know during the summer I was full time. I want to say even when I went back full time, I was taking a lot of night classes and a couple of online classes. So I was pretty much, after that first semester, that spring semester starting here, through that summer and on into the next fall semester, I was full time.
Pretty much full time.
Yeah.
Yep. So talk about give me your top 2 dogs we've ever had, stud dogs.
Ooh. It depends on for what. I know if I ever had to grab one just to go hunt with, and it didn't matter how nasty or how tough it was going to be Bob.
Okay.
Sometimes at distances or on water, he was a little hard-headed, but he came back with it every time.
Yeah.
Every time. And no matter how cold, how tough it was, you said his name and he was giving it everything. I like taking Ronnie.
Yeah.
You can't,
a different type of dog.
Yeah, you can't beat him. I mean, he's just laid back and there to do the job.
Yeah.
When you say to.
Yeah. He is just, that dog has such a funny personality. I love hanging out with him and working him. And he's just, when he's with you in the house or the car, you don't even know he's there.
That's it.
He's just quiet as a mouse.
That's it.
And because you took him home a few times when he got here, right?
Yeah.
And Trace introduced him to the world.
Yeah, Trace was still young then, so yeah, he was pretty rambunctious with him. When he got here, he was a little sketchy in the pen. And remember, we talked to Nigel, and he's like, well, he's never been in a pen.
Yeah.
Took him home, and like it was a light switch turned on. It was just boom, he was back to normal, how he was supposed to be. And he wasn't here just a few months, and I took him to my place down in Marks, and we hunted him. And the little blind we were in didn't even have room for a dog. There was no dog hole. He was on a stand behind us like 10, 15 yards. Never made a peep.
Yeah.
He did the job. I would have to weasel my hand kind of through all the brush and stuff and snag the duck from him. I'd tell him dead bird. He would turn around, face the hole, and send him. He was out again.
Yeah.
And then with his handle, I mean, you could find anything.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like driving a Ferrari.
Yeah.
You can pinpoint him about anywhere. He's been a really good addition to the kennel for sure. His pups are turning out really well.
I'm liking them.
I talked to one of some owners of his pups yesterday.
I got you.
And they're like, "This is the greatest dog we've ever had. This dog's amazing." They're just so excited about it because I saw them. Their son plays on the football team.
Yeah.
The Pfeiffers.
The Pfeiffers.
John
That's
and
it.
Karen.
I remember.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, and then Henry was in the Grove yesterday. I got a
Lord.
picture. I got a picture of Henry. I didn't see him. Somebody I know sent me a picture, and they go, "Do you know Henry?" I said, "Henry Chapman."
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Dang, you knew him right off the bat. So,
yeah.
So they got to meet Miss Rhonda and Cooper. So,
yeah, cool.
So, really good connection there. Yeah, it'd be hard to pick a favorite one, you know.
Yeah, there's been a bunch. Some of the older guys when I started, Angus and Barron were still here. I didn't do a lot with those guys. Mike was still working those dogs pretty hard, and that was when we had Drake. Mm-hmm. And that poor dog got worked every day. It was miserable.
Yeah.
I would hate to have Mike on me every single day of my life.
Oh man. Yeah, it's just, like Upland. Hamish was so good at Upland.
That's right. Right. And I didn't do a ton of that when I first started here. I was still mad at ducks. But yeah, getting into the Upland scenario, yeah, you had him. Whiskey was really good at that. Mm-hmm. Super fast. He stopped really well though. Still trying to think. Like I took Ben a few times. That dog has 0 quit.
Yeah.
He was really, really fun to hunt with. And then I started getting my dogs, my training dogs, mm-hmm. and it just rolled from there. I was using those guys more than anything. Yeah. That's a nice thing when they cycle through and you get one just getting ready to go home and it's during hunting season, you actually get them out on a real hunt before you can pick up some little. All right, we got to tweak this a little bit, got to do this before they actually go home with the owners. That's right. And then you get to see a finished product. Yes. A lot of times we don't get to see that. Yeah, because if they go home in August, they haven't had any. There's no hunting seasons open. If y'all wondering who Whiskey is, this is Whiskey right here. That's a big old handsome dog. And, Kane.
And
I
that's
forgot about Kane. Yeah.
Kane was our Scottish field trial champion. Sweet eyes. He had the prettiest eyes. Just such a nice dog. But all right, so now you're progressing. You started off on the facility side, mm-hmm. and then moved into the training. Yes. Yep. And that was 2012, 13. Something like that. Right in there, yeah. Yeah. Because you were training, you were starting to train when we were doing the Toyota plant in Blue Springs. I was in 11. So it was right around. Yeah. Right so I had a couple of dogs that I bought and kind of started on my own and sold those through here. And before I had any real client dogs. And then I got the pleasure of a real apprenticeship with Mike Stewart. Yeah. He was still here every day, and that was, I'm going to say that was a 6 to 8 month deal there because I had dogs from start to finish with him, mm-hmm. Kind of going behind and checking and doing everything. Yeah. And then he kind of threw me to the wolves after that. Yeah, yep. Well, he, it's always funny. He will never give you the answer to a question. Yeah, I've always said that. Yeah, he would never directly answer the question. Mike, what should I do here? Well, you might want to think about some of this and this and this. But he would never just say, go do this. That's it. He'd make you think and work your way through the problem. And that's how you become a dog trainer. That's it. He would give you options. You go find the best option that fit what you were looking for. And there again, you still had to tweak on that. And that's what I consider training. Yeah. It's taking advice from 5 different sources, making one thing and making that your
own process that you may go through. That's when you're training, having to think outside the box and actually use your brain to get the dog to do something you want him to do.
That, and it also, what you do is going to depend on the dog.
Oh, 100%. Every one of them is different. Every one of them.
You can do this A with Mattis, but B wouldn't work.
That's right.
You know, but B might work for Shadow.
And that's Mike would always tell us back then too, is don't get in a rut. You know, if you find something that works, you can't use that on every single dog, and that cannot be your process. Because just like I said, every one of them are totally different.
Yeah, even litter mates.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
That's crazy when we get litter mates in here. You're like, wow, these dogs are like polar opposites. You know, and then so you got to tweak them different, even though they're exact same breeding. So it definitely keeps you on your toes, figuring out the quirks and stuff, what works with dogs. You know, just like simple things we were talking about the other day. Something happened, and one of the trainers said, "Good." As the dog was going out, the dog immediately stopped and turned around.
That's right.
You know, all right. You cannot talk while that dog's going out. You know, just those little tweaky things like that. It does make it fun, especially when you're having a problem and you work your way out of it.
That's right. That's right. And you have to do it by trial and error. And that's kind of the way he wouldn't give you the answer is without him taking the dog and having it for a month or so, he didn't truly know exactly what was going to work. So, and that was always, I was super hard-headed about that. Don't take it away from me. I want to do it. I want to fix it, but I do need help.
Yeah.
And he's really good about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Tina always says, she goes, he might have taught you almost everything you know about dog training, but he hadn't told you everything he knows.
No, there's no way. He's forgotten more than I'll ever know.
Exactly. Because I was having trouble one day, and he just walks up, he goes, try this, and just walked off, and it immediately worked. I was like, oh, Mike Stewart.
Yep.
Just didn't know the dog at all. Just comes up and goes, try this.
It'll make you mad.
For sure. But him and Pappy are a match pair, though.
Yeah.
That Pappy, he's a funny dog. He is hilarious. But you talking about that dog has no quit.
That's right.
At all.
He's insane.
Yeah. I think you could hunt him every day of the season. Man, he wouldn't even check up.
He wouldn't get any better.
He's entertaining though. So let's talk about, you know, we meet a lot of really cool people that come through here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know,
for sure.
And that's the one thing that, you know, you don't really understand it at first, but as you work here and you get to know, our client base is so diverse and across the country and professions and everything else. I've always thought it's just so cool. It's just the people you get to meet here.
Yeah, for sure. The opportunities, man.
Yeah.
You know, I've been invited all across the country. Mm-hmm. You know, you just won't let me off work long enough to go do them all.
Because we've got too many dogs to train. You know, like one of your real good clients is John Paul Morris.
Yes.
You know,
I have his dog right, his third dog right now.
Yep. Because he had Teak, then Roscoe, and now Mac.
Yep. I have Mac in training. I talked to him. I actually talked to him yesterday, and he went hunting, I guess Saturday. It was all yesterday, and he said Roscoe's still got it.
Because he's 11 now?
He's got to be.
Right
I got
there?
no idea.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, because he came in, right around there, 10 or 11.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he said he still got it.
What was his breeding, Roscoe?
Oh
man, I'm throwing him. Who do we have then?
Good question.
We had Widgeon.
That's a good question. I think
it wasn't a Deke dog. I can't even remember.
I don't remember on that one.
Yeah, and you know, and you know, getting to meet and hang out with Bill and Tyler Jordan at Realtree.
That's right.
Tyler's on a mule deer hunt right now, and me and his dad were giving him a hard time because he was talking about it last week. Well, his baby's due in like 10 days, and Mr. Bill said, "This may be your last hunt."
Yeah, you better get it right.
So, because they're getting ready to have number 2, but yeah, we were teasing him. I said, "Just remember, Tyler, half. She gets half."
No.
So, but yeah, hopefully he's killing some mule deer out there.
Yeah, he better get it bagged and get home.
So Let's see. Favorite place to duck hunt that you've been?
Where the ducks are.
Exactly.
Man. I think and it's not really the hunting, but Louisiana's fun. Mm-hmm. Those people are nuts.
Yeah.
Just the people, the cooking, just the atmosphere makes it even better. But when the birds are good, that's one of my favorite places to go.
Yeah, when we went there a couple years ago, down there with Shane and Spoonie, the birds we limited out 2 days.
Yeah,
but it was steady. It wasn't huge, just,
it wasn't
cupping into the decoys, a lot of pass shooting, a lot of gray ducks. But yeah, we were limited out by like 9:30 every day.
Yeah, and then the festivities began.
Yes, they did. Shane would start cooking and Spoonie would start talking.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, see, I'm the same way. One of my favorite places is the North Platte, Nebraska. We've never gone out there and had just a huge banger.
Yeah.
But it's just the terrain and you see a lot of birds, but it's just a cool place. And out there at that lodge was just, Cheyenne Ridge with Sean, the chef. I mean, I think you gained like 6 pounds in 3 days because all you do is eat. But that's one of my favorites from that. But yeah, I like hunting down there at Shane's because it's very different than anything you get around here.
That's right.
With the little waterways and the grasses and stuff. And I like about his because you really never see any alligators on his place.
Sometimes.
Yeah, not very often. Usually they're not very big. He said they just don't seem to come up in there out of that canal. And that's why a place down in Texas we hunted in moist soil. No gators out in it, but you go to the canal and you might see 12 or 14 of them.
Just right beside you.
Yeah, right beside us. And so it was like, it'd be hard to hide because the water was real shallow. So I wasn't too worried about it.
Now, another one we had a blast on was a few years ago. We went to Lubbock and hunted the sandhill crane. That is fast action in your face. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, I'm planning on, I think me and Nathan and Ish and Dawson are going to try to go next year.
Yeah, we had a great time doing that. And then one afternoon we went out and hunted lessers. And there were just thousands upon thousands of geese in the field.
The cacklers?
Yeah, the little cacklers.
Yeah, those are fun.
And those dudes, they come in, they're just complete acrobats when they come in. And it's trying to pick out one to shoot at, and you're swinging barrels all over the place.
And they decoy really easy.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we found. We shot a bunch of them in Canada, and they're also easier to clean. Those big, ginormous Canadas. And they taste just as bad.
That's right. That's right. There's not a lot there.
But no, you kill it, you got to eat it.
That's it. Find a way.
Did you do a lot of like deer hunting?
Yeah, growing up, definitely. That's what we started at. Most of the time, I went with my granddad doing that, and he was old school. These rickety little tree stands he had made up in trees with no ladders, and you actually had to hug the tree and get up in it, and you get up there and you sit still because you don't want to fall out. That's what it is.
Yeah, no napping up in here.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what we grew up mostly doing. Had a lot of fun doing that. Killed a lot of deer doing that. And like I said, it was probably junior high about the time I kind of got the itch for the birds, and it dug in deep.
Because you don't hardly ever deer hunt anymore, do you?
Very rarely.
Yeah. You probably have to start with your youngins.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've started.
My buddy sent me a picture yesterday. His 10-year-old grandson killed his first buck, and it was a nice deer. It was 10-point, nice rack up in northern Kentucky.
There you go.
Yeah. So he was smiling. He's wearing his upland orange Wildrose hat.
Okay.
So, but yeah, he was excited about that. And then I'm to the point I don't really like to hunt, but I can't take a dog, and if I want deer,
that's part of it for sure.
Yeah, Aiden loves to shoot deer. Aiden, shoot me a couple does. I'll pick him up with the processor. It makes it real easy.
We kill 3 or 4 a year. That keeps the freezer full. We mostly just do hamburger meat out of it, and that feeds us on hamburger meat to where we rarely buy that at all.
Yeah, that's the same what we do. I had them do the back straps and basically ground.
Yeah, keeps it good meat. Yeah,
didn't get enough breakfast sausage made as I will next time because we use that a lot for different dishes.
That's right.
Because I like a little bit more spicy flavor in that. But where you got any hunts planned this year?
Yeah, we got a few lined up. Hopefully we get this trip together in St. Louis with Kalen and meet up with some of the guys. We're trying to get it together with Aaron with Die Bomb. I know I'm in the books for a hunt on Peter Bush's farm.
Yeah. Yep.
That'll be a fun place.
You think they'll have any beer?
Yeah. There's microbrewery on the farm.
Exactly.
They then on the way back, John Paul's wanting me to swing by and shoot with him. I just don't know. I don't know how that's going to work logistically and days off wise.
Time wise, and
we'll try to get all that lined up. But I definitely plan on taking a trip to hunt with him this year.
Yeah, we're going to try to get down to Shane's again.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yes. Yep. And I've got BJ Poole is coming up to get his pup in December, and I hunted with him for a few years in the Bunkie and Whiteville area.
Yeah. Okay. Because his place isn't on Pecan Island.
No. He's above Lafayette.
Okay.
So we may turn it into spending a night.
Yeah, that's close. That's 3 hours.
That's it. Yep. Doing a hunt with him and then logging it down to Pecan Island after that.
That Pecan Island that's a cool place.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's super fun because I've been going down there for 10 or more years. Well, I know it's more than 10 years because I've been here 11.
Yeah,
and I was going down there when I was working in Texas. So I've probably been going there 15 years.
That's right.
So yeah, I haven't gone on a pheasant hunt in the last few years. I'm really missing that. I want to get back out west and get on those big pheasants out there.
Yes,
that's
sir.
just one of my favorites. And the other nice thing is it's not like duck hunting. You don't have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You can get up, have some breakfast, hang out, air the dogs, get everything ready, and then head to the field. But they said the birds this year were insane. Like they said it was like old school, like it was like 12 years ago.
Oh, that's nice then.
Yeah.
Not as much walking.
Yeah, because a couple years ago, we were hitting 35,000 steps a day, and you're lucky if you killed 2 birds a day.
Not easy steps.
No, a lot of CRP steps. Yeah. Easier for you tall people than my little short self.
I got to keep the line up with me.
Exactly.
I did that 6 or 7 years in a row going to South Dakota. We've taken a few years off. It's a long drive, man.
Man, it is. It is. I'm hoping I get on the Iowa hunt next year at Heritage 1865 because that's only about 10-hour drive.
That's a little bit closer.
It's easier because Zeke's was 23.
Yeah, so we were hunting
western North Dakota.
Yeah, we were hunting Gregory County, so we were pushing 17 hours of driving.
Yeah, because you'd go through Mitchell because Mitchell's right at 15 or 16.
Yep. The first night we would crash in Mitchell and then get up and get the hunting license and everything at Cabela's.
Yep. I'd always stay at the Kelly Inn right there in front of
dog
Cabela's.
Friendly.
Dog friendly. Had a good field to air the dogs, and Cabela's was right there to take all your money.
That's her.
So, but yeah, that's one thing people always ask, oh man, I bet you get to hunt all the time. I said I hunted a whole lot more before I trained hunting dogs.
Yeah.
Kind of like mechanic never drives the nicest car as his clients.
That's right. Yeah, everybody wants their dogs trained.
Yep.
So it's hard to get those days off, and for some reason these dogs want to eat every day.
Every day.
So
every day.
It's a everyday endeavor. It's not a lot of time off.
Yeah. Well, we're recording this on a Sunday.
That's right.
While you're working.
That's right. Getting paid to do it.
Exactly. Getting paid to do a podcast. Blake has moved up in the world. While we're here, don't forget to like and subscribe to the page. That'll help us become more visible, get more guests on, get even cooler content. Although we do have Blake here today, it's going to be hard to top that one.
Yeah, right.
You know, we have Dwayne behind the camera, so we're sitting in a pool of greatness right here.
That's coolness just oozing out of here.
So what's next for you? Well, let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about Lana and the kids.
For sure. We've been together now 5 years. And yeah. So we have a teenage girl that anybody can have.
You'll pay them to take her?
Today. Braden is 12 and Trace is 7. So it is nonstop something all the time.
Especially Trace. He doesn't really have much of an off switch.
Not at all. But there is a good factor to that. If you want to bomb-proof a dog, send it to my house.
True. I've seen some of the videos. You sent me race cars on the dog, on the bed, the fire trucks, all that stuff.
There's not much that'll phase one after he gets a hold of it.
Yeah, he's a funny kid. But yeah, they've been a great addition to the pack here with Lana, you know.
Yeah, they beg to come out all the time. Every weekend that I'm working, they want to come out, and I was like, well, I got to get some work done sometime, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially during the summer, you'll see them just out fishing around and stuff. But yeah, they love the dogs. They help me take care of the dogs. They are learning responsibilities with the dogs, so everything's going really, really smooth with that.
Good. Yeah, because I like Lana.
Oh yeah,
I like giving her a hard time. Maybe.
Everybody does.
So what do you see? What's your 1,000-yard view?
Ooh, just to make it. It's getting tougher every day. These old bones are getting tougher to move every morning.
Just wait. It doesn't get any better.
No, I mean, I don't see much changing from what's going on right now. Really enjoy what I'm doing with who I'm doing it with. So everything from the personal life to the professional life is kind of where I want it. A raise would be nice. But
I hear you. I would like one too. As soon as we got this podcast going, right? That's going to be our savior.
That's right. But yeah, just kind of chugging along, making sure everything's still rolling here. Upgrading where we can upgrade. There's some future plans that both of us have kind of mentioned and talked about. So getting some aesthetic part and some actual down to business dog training new additions in.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I want it every time somebody shows up, it's different. It's better. It's bigger.
Yeah. And that's one thing we've done over the past 10 years is these grounds have just, like I said, I'll put these grounds up against any training grounds in the country.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to compete. I mean, we've got the nasty, tough stuff, and then you've got everything that looks like a golf course too. Getting the yard work done is easy in any field, and then getting out and getting the transitional work in, the tougher terrain.
Yeah, it's nice. There's so nice diverseness, especially in the ponds.
Yeah.
You got the finger pond, you got the timber pond, and then you got plain, the bass pond's easier. So the blinds are all a little different. So it gives them more challenge, gets them more bold and confident wherever they go.
That's it.
And that's what we try to do here is we want to get them exposed to so much that wherever they go, they just don't care.
That's it. Just slide through it no matter what terrain it is or what kind of blind situation you're in. It doesn't phase them, and you're not really having to train on the hunt.
Yeah. The only blind I've had trouble with is when we were out on North Platte and it was a barrel buried in the ground with just a basket sticking up.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Teddy, in the middle of the night, was not happy about going in there. Me and him had a little bit of a wrestling match.
Oh, it'll happen.
Zeus was the same way. But then once Teddy got in there and figured out what was going on, he was just like,
that's it.
Not a problem because he's a bold dog anyway.
That's it. But putting them through these situations as younger dogs makes it to where when you do have to teach it or, like I said, fight it sometimes, that transition to moving in and just being comfortable with it is a whole lot faster.
Oh, yeah, 1,000,000%. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. Anything else you'd like to throw out there for anybody?
Not really. Good to throw that on me. No, just get ready for this season. I've got guys blowing me up right now, trying to figure out what to do with their dog and to try to get it in shape. And I'm like, man, it's a little late now.
Yeah.
Season opens in 2 weeks. You need to be prepared a little bit before this.
Yeah.
Just stay diligent with their training and just have fun with the dogs. I mean, that's the whole reason to have them. They are tools, but these dogs are companions, family members. Just make sure they're having fun and be safe with them.
Yeah, that's always in puppy picking with that. Don't get so wrapped up in the training that you forget to have fun.
Yeah, they're not machines.
Yeah, they're not. And especially when they get overused, like Mattis, he gets a little off the chain. Too many girlfriends. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining us on this episode of the Wildrose Way Podcast. I'm your host, Tom Smith in Oxford, Mississippi. You can find us at uklabs.com. For all your gear needs, you can go to wildrosetradingcompany.com, all spelled out. And you can also, there's a link on the main website to that. Any questions for training, any questions for puppies, started dogs, finished dogs, shoot us an email, give us a call. We'll be happy to talk to you, and we'll see you in the field.